imagine Henry Ford makes the assembly line, right? So Ford has no idea what's going to happen when he makes the assembly line, like, because he's just trying to figure out a fast way to make cars, or he thinks that what he's making is cars. So he thinks he's making an assembly line for cars, and he thinks he's making cars. And you think, well, what's wrong with that? Well, first of all, the assembly line absolutely transformed the entire planet, right? Because it brought in the era of mass cheap manufacturing. It's like it was way more than he thought it was. And then, did he make a car? Well, a car is something that hypothetically takes you relatively effectively from point A to point B. It was really a replacement for the horse and buggy. I mean, the first cars looked like that. They were horseless carriages. Well, did he make a car? Well, it's hard to tell what Henry Ford made. He made a very effective way for transforming the atmosphere. Right, and the fact that it also happened to take you from point A to point B might be just completely irrelevant compared to the fact that it was the internal combustion engine and its rapid distribution completely changed the constituent, the fundamental chemical structure of the atmosphere itself. It completely transformed cities. It blew out the rural community. Everyone moved to the cities, right? It made all the cities built around the automobile. But then it had this tremendous political and economic significance too. So I mean, part of the reason that, because you think, well, a car is a way to get from point A to point B. But no, it's not a machine. It's also the embodiment of an idea. And it's a very strange idea. A collectivist society would have never invented the car. Because the car is predicated on the idea that you could own a conveyance that would get only you and only you from somewhere to somewhere else without ever asking anybody for any permission. And so the funny thing is when you build something like that, those presuppositions are built into it. And then when you export that, say to Soviet Russia, they can't just take the car and leave the political implications behind. The car, the mere fact that you step into one and drive it, is an indication that you're accepting the political, ideological presuppositions that are part of the fact that that thing even exists. And so, well, that's alienation. It's like, even something you make, you think, well, you have control over what you make because you've made it, you understand it. It's like, no, you don't. You understand a tiny fraction of it. You launch it out in the world, man, and the snakes inside of it, the hydras inside of it, multiply their heads massively, constantly. And you can't really keep track of it.